decir, tengo que encontrar. You have to hang out with people that you feel totally identified with, that they understand you. 2025. Strong women scare me. It's hard to admit, but it's the truth these days. Hey guys, welcome one more time to another episode of Emotions Navigating Life. Today we are honored to have one of my dear friends and somebody who has become a legend in the fashion industry in the city of Toronto and in Canada for many reasons that he's going to explain in the middle of this interview. His name is Doug. Is somebody that he has a very and big special place in my heart. Welcome, Doug. Welcome to Emotions.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming over.
It's a beautiful day on the beach, so let's do it.
It's a beautiful day at the beach. It's approximately 20 degrees. It's a little bit breezy and a little bit cold, but everybody around us is wearing shorts except us because they interview. So, as I explained you, Doug, in this podcast is a little bit different than the rest of the podcast because instead of or having, the podcasts are like a regular conversation between 2, 3, 4 people, we have some specific questions to understand your process, to understand your healing, if it's a healing involved in the interview, and to understand how you get to the point that you are right now. Okay. So to start, and can you please tell the audience who are you? Who is Doug?
I am just a person that lives in Toronto and loves my life right now. So, but it came with its ups and downs, and it took a lot to get me to who I actually am. Like, it's taken me years to figure out who I was and be comfortable with that. So
it's true. It's true. I'm a witness of that. Can you tell us how? Because we have an audience that they are around the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
And some of them don't understand and don't know how it's to be growing in Canada, in Ontario. And can you tell us a little bit how was your childhood or your teen years?
My childhood was like basically non-eventful. I just sort of grew up in a, working class family and went to school and then went to college for a couple of years and studied business, which I absolutely hated. So that didn't work out. And then I accidentally fell into hair. So I sort of moved to Toronto through an apprenticeship, and I've been here ever since. And that was in 1982 or 83. So,
1983?
Yeah, 1982 or 83. Yeah, but just, working class parents, they did the best that they could with what they had. And I mean, there was tough points in my life there, but I feel like everything that happened in my life was for a reason, and it got me to the point where I am now. So.
True. Happened to most of us, right?
Yeah, no, exactly.
Can you tell us about Greg? People are gonna understand later on who was Greg, who was actually one of my very, very good friends. And through Greg, I met Doug. So, can you tell us who was Greg? Please. It's a big question.
It's a very big question because Greg was so many different people. Like, he was a very big, true Gemini. He was like very all over the map. But Greg was one of the nicest guys I've ever known in my life, and we had our ups and downs throughout our years as in a relationship and as friends. And he was a huge support in my life. He understood every part about me and really helped me navigate my insecurities and my shyness and my introvertness throughout my whole hair career and life, basically, that I knew him. We also went through a lot because we grew up in like we were out and living in the 80s and 90s when a lot of our friends were dying, so we lived through a lot through that. Then we lived through our parents' stuff together, and we've been through, everything together. So he was really one of the biggest cheerleaders for me personally. Even when I was at my lowest points in life, he would always just pick me up and put me back into place and talk me off cliffs and everything. He was very outgoing. He loved his friends. He loved his family. He loved life. Like, he really did. He was one of those people that just took everything that came at him and ran with it or fought it or just walked away from it if he had to. But yeah, he was a very I can't think of the right word. He was a very complicated human being.
We all are,
Yeah.
right?
No, definitely. But he was very complicated.
He was very special.
Yeah, very special.
Yeah, he was a very special human being.
If you were in with him, you were in. If you were out, you were out.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't hide it.
No, not at all. So I met Greg years ago, and through Greg I met Doug. And one of the reasons that I opened this channel, and probably you heard the name Greg before in this channel, is actually in the first episode of Emotions. He was, as Doug just described him, he was a big cheerleader for his friends and his loved ones. And he was the one telling me since we met, but he had this way to say things that wasn't like, people who really didn't know him will say that he was mean. He never told me like, Gabriel, you have talent to speak with people, go and make a podcast. No, he said, you have a lot of opinions. He told me the first time, you have a lot of opinions, you should have a TV show. But I was like, what? This guy's mean. But after, when we become friends, he told me, he was the one telling me, you should have a program, you should have a podcast, but like more seriously, right? So, and I remember that I told him, like, I really thought that you were being mean. You told me that I had a lot of opinion. He said, no, it's the way that I say things. Sometimes I come across as a rude person, but I'm not. So when Doug described him as a cheerleader, he was pushing me. And the very last day that I saw him, he grabbed my hand and he told me, you have to do this. Promise me. And I don't want to start crying now. And I say, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I promise you. So when Doug said about he being a cheerleader, he was 100% one of them. 200%. In his own right. In his own way.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
This is an important question because I have my own opinion about this answer about Greg, but I want to hear yours. What did he value most in life?
He valued his friendships.
Totally.
Like, I think that he was surrounded by so many people. Like, I used to get envious of him because he would have 20 people around him and I'd have 2. And he'd be like, but his friends were friends for life.
Totally.
There was times where people would push him to a point where he couldn't deal with it, but that's when you knew you were out. He was very true to the people in his life that loved him, and he loved them back tenfold.
Very deeply.
Yeah. So
Very deeply.
he was a really good guy. I mean, we went through our ups and downs, but even when we weren't speaking, I always knew he'd be there for me, so Like I knew I could call him, he knew I could call him no matter what was going on in our lives, and the same with all his friends. Like,
Yeah, he was checking on everybody
hmm
and really checking. Like, I made a video probably a couple of months ago where I explained it, those type of friends that they call you and they don't really mean how are you. They don't. They say how are you and they're not listening what you answer, right?
hmm
Because they just want to put all their problem that they have on you, and you they they do the protocol to ask you how are you,
Yeah,
but they are
absolutely.
just waiting for the answer for
To go on with further questions.
exactly, and they don't care. So Greg used to be really interested about how was your day, how are you doing,
Mhm.
and I always told my audience that you need to do a follow-up, right? When a friend calls you and asks you how are you, and that friend tells you, my mom is sick, you have to remember, and the next conversation, do a follow-up. How's your mom doing? Sometimes we forgot, but some people really don't care. And Craig used to be one of those that
Mhm.
really care about how you were doing. If you have problems at work, he was like checking you. Hey, you told me the last time that we talked about you were in an issue with your boss. What's happening, right? He was. The reason I ask you this question is because it's the opinion that I have about him. The value that he had for his friend was huge,
Very.
very, and
Well,
very genuine, right?
someone's got really good friends when a bunch of people go to a room and I don't want to go any further with that one right now.
Yeah. We are gonna get there. We're gonna get there. What is your favorite memory or your favorite memories of him?
Um,
Besides his funny sarcasm,
that drove me crazy.
the drum was crazy.
Um, I don't know. The quiet times were my favorite times with him because we would just. Sometimes we just sit and talk for hours, like whether it would be on the phone or in person or. But like we had the best conversations, and I mean, some of the best conversations happened not at the best time in my life, but like it was. Those are my best memories of him. Just us sitting together, talking, just about life and where we want to go and who we are and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Beautiful. Is there a lesson or piece of advice you learned from him that you hold on to?
He used to always tell me to follow my dreams even when I couldn't. And so that was the best advice he ever gave me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
never give up on your dreams.
yeah. Same. He told me that never was too late because when he was telling me about to do this podcast, I told him there are many people doing this, and he told me it's never too late. It's never too late. It's never too late. The most of the people that don't know exactly what happened, I am gonna do a full episode about what happened to Greg, because I don't think that we are completely ready to do so yet. I explained a little bit in the first episode that Greg got a really hard and fast diagnosis with cancer. It was a very rare and very aggressive type of cancer, and I believe uh, I never memorized a very hard name to memorize this easily because it's stuck on my head. I believe forever until I leave this earth. It's called sarcoma cancer. If you are watching this, Google it. It's one of the most aggressive and rare type of cancers, and rate of survival is like zero probably, because you can check yourself today and it's nothing on it, and you check yourself in 6 months and you are stage 3. It's super aggressive, like grow like really fast in your body, and with some elements around like stress or dealing with a very deep emotions, having an issues around you can increase. And Greg had a new job. I was very demanding. He was very happy, but he was under stress that he wasn't dealing before because he was unemployed before. So he was in a very good stage of his life, but dealing with some stress, and that probably increased what happened. So we lost him. So we are not gonna go completely deep on it, but I wanna ask you this question. Can you share what the impact of his loss have been on you? And I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
we have to go there. Don't hold it. Remember, this podcast is called Emotions. You can, we are friends. And remember that we
Yeah.
have been,
Yeah.
we went together to this, right? We went together to this.
Um, God, loneliness.
Let it out.
Loneliness. Like
Loneliness.
like we were supposed to be together forever and always be there for each other, and it's a place in my heart that's so empty. So like it's just I don't know. I've never missed anyone like I've missed him. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's just a feeling of loneliness that I don't know if it'll ever go away.
You feel that something is missing, even
Yes.
if you have everything, something is missing.
Yeah.
But on that, though, I had to tell you something that you already know, but sometimes it's good when people that love you and appreciate you as much as I do, and as much as so many people do, because you are a lovely man in every single way. You are not alone. And I wanted to tell you something that probably haven't told you since Greg passed. See a piece of Greg. When I see you, I see a huge piece of Greg, and you have no idea the relief that I feel when I see you. It's like seeing him. It's like I don't remember. Of course, I remember the horrible moments that we had through his passing and to the process, because Greg applied for a process that in Canada is called MAID. It's medical assistance in dying, the euthanasia, right? And we went through the whole step with him. And I believe the people that went through this with Greg, that we were five of us, 6 of us,
It was
we avoid to see each other at the beginning because it was hard. Because every conversation was about, because we had this trauma, was terrible. But now, a year ahead, when I see you, I see Greg. I see Greg and I remember the way that he used to dress up, the way that he used to speak. Even that you are very different, but I see a piece of my friend on you. So, and I want you, from now when you see me, You see a little bit of him.
I do. Like it's a memory
Happen.
of.
Even when I see Christina, when I see Laura, when I see Barbie, when I see Sarah, when I see your friend that I remember his name,
Paul.
Paul, I see him. I see him. You are not alone. We are here with you, and we are gonna be now celebrating a good thing that is happening because after this, you are now doing something that I want the people that don't know what's happening, right? And we are gonna go to the good part now. And thank you for answering this question, Doug. But I wanna I really praise when people do something that is coming from this horrible push because when you had this kind of loss, you can go deep down and don't come back anymore. You know that. I have seen, pretty sure you guys have seen a lot of people that never come back. I have seen moms taking their lives because their son or daughters pass. They cannot deal with the pain. I seen wives, husbands like I don't want to be here anymore, and they are like and people believe that they are okay because it can pass like cannot happen right away. 1 year, 2 years, they're trying to manage the pain, and 3 years later, they're gone. They cannot. They try hard, and I was very worried about you when this happened because I was worried about all of us because the trauma was hard because we got the news on February 25th. I remember, I was there, and Greg was gone on March 15. 20 days. That's it. So I really want the people to know what's happening with you after Greg passing, right? Besides the sadness, how you took this path of modeling because now Doug is a model, a fashion model.
You know, I don't. I was never one for taking photos of myself and posting them on Instagram, but there's a few things of Greg's that he never wore, so I would start posting pictures of myself in wearing different things that he had that he had never worn. And the reason I know that he had never worn was because there was like tags still on them. So I just thought, I'm going to show everyone what he had before he left. And so then my Instagram started going sky high. I went to an event at Harry Rosen for their 60th or 70th anniversary, and I ran into a couple of girlfriends of mine that I used to work with in hair, and they were like, oh my God, like what's going on with your Instagram? You're like becoming this Instagram influencer or something. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I'm just taking pictures of myself. But anyway, long story short, I talked to a few agencies and got picked up by one, and that's basically how I got into modeling. And I've always said, and everyone's always looked at me like I'm a bit odd, but I just went, I think someone was pushing me towards that route because when we were living together, he used to always say, why are you just hiding behind a chair? Like, you've got to get out there, you've got to show your face. Like, you wear clothes beautifully, you walk differently, you like talk differently, you like the way that sometimes you just stand in front of a camera is so natural. And I'm going, okay. Me standing in front of a camera might look natural, but it's like I am like.
No, you look good.
But it ended up just working out that way. But I've always said that I think that I had a big kick in the ass push from above this world.
Totally. I believe all of us, like the 6 of us,
Yeah.
we got the push, but not right away.
Not right away.
So you answered already how your modeling career began, and what inspired you to pursue your modeling career besides what you just told us?
You know what? It was just, it's a very fun thing to do. You know, the people that I've met, the instructors that I've had, the agents that I've had, like they're all just so positive and uplifting and continually giving me pep talks, because there's been times where I've been really down about it because things haven't worked out in a certain area of this industry yet, but they will. but it's sort of, it's taking me out of my own life for a little while.
Nice.
And to be honest with you, walking down a runway or standing in front of a camera for a photo shoot for a magazine, it feels really liberating. Like it's just like all eyes on you, but you don't want them to be, but they are, and you sort of like it, and you sort of don't like it at the same time. But there's an adrenaline rush that you just can't explain.
You feel adrenaline when you're walking on the runway, dog?
Before I will go on the runway, I feel like I'm going to throw up. And the second they say go, all of a sudden this entity takes over me, and I just walk, and I don't even see anything beside me. And then someone sent me a video of my walk. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't realize all these people were taking my picture or videos and stuff. It's like,
you look
okay.
phenomenal. What prior experiences or skills from your life prepare you for modeling?
Dealing with the public every day, like having to be
Right.
out there and talking and being happy, and no matter what's going on in your life, you can't go into work sad. You have to like talk to your clients every day. You have to come up with their color formulas. You have to do the perfect job. And so yeah, that's basically what got me prepared for the fashion world. Because I basically worked in it since the 80s.
True. Nothing like you never had like a modeling. I saw a couple of photos before. You never had like a modeling background.
That was a big thing that I had to explain to people.
Okay.
A friend of mine in the 80s was studying photography, so I did a couple of shots with him. Actually, I did a lot of shots with him, but there was only 2 that I really liked, and those were the 2 that I posted. I did walk for a Real People walk at Holtz when they were opening their Emporio Armani shop.
Okay.
Like in the early 90s.
Oh, that's good.
And
they like tall guys.
Yeah, I did a real person walk, and the real models did the Emporio walk. I mean the Armani walk. So
excellent.
But everyone got confused saying, I thought you said you never modeled before. I'm like, well, I was a real person. I wasn't a model, I was a real person wearing good clothes. But it never entered my mind to be a model because I just
So never had, because your walking is incredible.
That was a lot of classes. The modeling walk, I did 3 classes because I just could not get the turn. And the turn is very hard.
Right.
It doesn't look hard, but it's hard. And I had the best instructor. Her name's Solomia. She's Ukrainian, and she's like an amazing model. And she never gave up on me. Like I was giving up. I said, I think I need to leave this industry. It's not going to work for me. And she said, you just can't do a turn. If that's what's going to make you leave, then leave. But if you want to do it, you're really good and you're going to go places.
Okay.
And I remember that I was doing runway TO, and I did 4 shows, and we were practicing each designer as we were walking, and all of a sudden she just looked at me and she said, stop.
Mm-hmm.
What am I doing wrong? She said, I love what you did with my instructions and made it your own style because your style is incredible.
Yeah, it is.
I started bawling because it's like, A, it's emotional because I know how I got into this industry, and B, to have someone like her who trains thousands of people how to walk and turn and everything, to say that to me, being new and fresh off the boat, was just unbelievable.
Exactly, because out there are a lot of people that they look good, they're tall, or they had the features to be a model, but they had not the heart. And
No.
you cannot learn that in a school even if you go for years.
Yeah.
At some point you had to have the fire on you, or some people never got it. And
Exactly.
they're just a beautiful person, and you don't have to be beautiful to be a model, right? Congratulations.
Thank
I remember I saw you walking in the distillery district. I couldn't attend, but I saw it on Instagram.
Cobblestone. Well, I only broke face when I got on a wobbly stone and thought I was going to fall over. And
Yeah. What's the biggest challenge you face when start your modeling career at this age, you have a, a, a personal challenge, or the industry give you a hard time to learn quick, or tell
No,
us?
I think I had a hard time believing it for myself because I didn't see what they were seeing.
Okay.
Like Sarah and I went to Cinemoda, and I was talking to a producer, and she was talking to the producer. I called her over because he does a lot of film work, and she's an actress, and she's doing really well now. So I called her over to like network with him. But I mean, people were talking to me, photographers that I've worked with before, saying like,
Hmm.
"You've just got such a good niche in this market," and I mean, so when I hear that, I go like, "What's my niche? Like, where do I fit in?" Because like, half the time when I'm walking a show, I'm the oldest person there, and everyone's in their 20s or early 30s.
But
So
they pick you for some reason,
yeah, but
for a
it's
reason.
sort of like I just never. I don't know if I ever will understand it, but I kind of like the fact that I don't understand it because I
Mhm.
don't want to be. I haven't seen this very often, but I have seen a couple of models that are very demanding and prima donna-ish, and I never want to become that.
Exactly, because I never
Sorry,
seen
the
on
wind
your
just.
shows
Brr.
somebody that looks like you, or somebody you age, but you're unique,
Yes.
and you're tall, and his hair is incredible. It's incredible. I
Thank you.
wish.
Yeah, my sisters don't like me for my hair.
Yeah, I don't like my sister for their hair either. They have a beautiful hair.
Yeah.
I am gonna say this. I don't know if I'm wrong. Probably you weren't ready when you were younger.
No.
It's now because you look. It's incredible. The way that you look and the way that you hold yourself together, and your hair, and your nose, and your features. You look incredible.
Yeah.
You look absolutely incredible. You are a handsome man,
Oh, thank
and
you.
you know you carry yourself very well. So
I do my best.
it's you have a lot of work coming. A lot of work.
I actually get asked the question, why didn't you start when you were younger? And I said, I don't think I could have handled
Yeah,
it.
you weren't ready probably at that time.
And I might have not been here.
Yeah, probably no. This is your time, my friend. This is your time. How has the fashion industry changed since you start modeling? Like, you believe that those people that choose you are seeking for more people like you?
Yes. Because, I mean, basically for commercial work, which I'm still working on, um, my age group is basically the biggest spenders right now and the biggest population.
Hmm.
So they are desperately searching. We're the ones that spend money, so we've got to represent ourselves. I mean, and they need to represent that in commercials so that they can sell their items and goods and stuff.
Good point. Absolutely
Like,
agree.
and it's also for me to wear certain clothes that I've been wearing. It's like older men now can say, "Well, if he's wearing it, I can wear it."
Yep. Absolutely agree. Uh, you just said that the part that you enjoy the most is the walking, right? And being with the people.
Yeah,
What is the part that is hardest for you?
learning to act is so much higher than it ever was because standing in front of a camera, remembering lines, trying to give facial expressions, trying to have like animation is really something that's completely not in my comfort zone. So it's really difficult. And I've done a print ad and a background ad for a commercial, but I really, like I see my auditions getting better, but nowadays it's a self-tape at home and you
Hmm.
have to have the perfect background, the perfect lighting. And I have all that down, thanks to my agency really helping me out with that. But it's when I start talking, that's when I get into trouble because Acting is very difficult. It's a very
It
difficult
is.
thing to learn.
It is.
And I've been doing acting classes to try and get better, and it's sort of, I don't know how they memorize lines. I mean, me without my teleprompter, it's like, I'm done, I'm screwed, I'm over. So
So
that is the hardest thing for me
Yeah.
personally. Like walking a runway, got
Good.
it. Standing in front of a camera, got it. I mean, I'm still working on it, and I want to get better at it. But that's just my internal struggles with my own insecurities. But yeah, it's definitely the commercial work that I want to get more into.
Yeah, you know, you have time to do it. You
Yeah.
have time to
I'm not in a
to get
rush
used
because
to.
I'm lucky and I have a job that pays my bills and everything. So I'm not in a hurry to get that commercial. And when I do get that commercial, I want to make sure that I'm doing it well and I'm good
Exactly.
at it.
You want to do it right.
Yeah.
Not because you have to
No,
rush
exactly.
to get to that. Excellent.
And I want someone
Excellent.
to hire me because they actually think I can do it.
Of course, of course. You are talented, man. You want to get there,
Yeah.
my friend. Everything is coming so fast.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
too fast. Like
Well, it is too fast. Like I was at my agency doing a echo and chamber sort of photo shoot and video shoot. And one of my agents came out and said, I can't believe how much work you've gotten since you just started. Like when you came in, you barely knew how to stand in front of a camera, and now you're like, show, work. It's like you're non-stop. I'm like, I
Excellent.
like being busy.
You have a good booking.
Yeah,
You have a good book.
yeah.
How do you prepare for a photo shoot or runaway show? Physically and mentally.
I'm very nervous. I always go to the location and I'm a bit shaky outside, and then I don't know, for some reason when the makeup goes on, the hair gets done, you get put in whatever outfit you're wearing, you just go.
That's it. You're
Yeah.
ready.
And I just start and go.
Okay. And physically, like you work out, you go to the gym.
I've been doing Pilates a lot. I just actually canceled my gym membership because I realized I just hate gyms. Like I hate gyms. So I
That's
do a lot
great.
I walk a lot. Pooh Bear and I used to walk a lot more, but since she had a little accident, we've been walking less. But I go out my walks. I do Pilates, like try and do it every day, and just different things on the reformer and stuff. So yeah, that's basically what I do.
That was basically the next question. What is your routine for staying in shape and maintaining your skin? Okay. I want some tips. You're in a routine for your skin and hair. What is your
In here.
routine? Because believe me, I am gonna do a close up of this hair. Like you have to see it. It's incredible.
I was just genetically blessed, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
My
good
skin and
for
my
you.
hair are genetically blessed. My dad did not age a day until my mom got sick, and then he didn't want to think he was sick. She was sick, so he just went from a virile, active man into like a little old man that could barely walk on his own. So I've been lucky that way. I do some cosmetic dermatology work.
Okay.
My hair is just my family's genetics.
Yeah.
And I just happen to be the one that got the most hair of anyone in my family. So
Yeah, it's
I also
incredible.
got the most height of anyone in my family. So
What about your skin?
skin, just
Reveal your secrets.
lots of water, lots of oils on food. Like I cook with a little bit of oil. I don't overdo the oils, but it's like
Okay.
I cook with olive oil, salads with oil and like a dressing with oil. I don't
Okay,
do
yeah,
the
same,
creamy
same.
stuff. I just sort of do oil and vinegar with some seasonings.
Nice.
Good skincare and a really good esthetician.
What about your beard? How you take care of your beard? Oils too?
Oils and just constant trimming. I've
Constant
since
trimming.
modeling, I've been very high maintenance because now I'm going to a barber shop for beard trims and hair trims and yeah. And
Your body
yeah.
is your instrument,
yeah, I think.
right?
I'm
Excellent.
trying.
How do you collaborate with photographers, stylists, and designers on set? It's a teamwork, right?
Yes. We just talk about what the look is, what the mood is, and there's a mood board.
Okay.
So basically it's showing you what you're supposed to look like in Then when you put the clothes on it, you sort of develop a character during with what you're wearing.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a suit, you're more conservative. If it's something crazier, you're more loose and
Okay.
flowing.
Okay. How do you handle feedback and criticism, both positive and negative?
I love both because anyone that's giving you negative feedback
Mm-hmm.
is basically telling you, we know you have it in you and we know you can do better, so here's what we need to do to get you there. And I listen because I'm new to this.
Yeah.
Like, I will take any advice that anyone has to offer me. And I've been so lucky because I've worked with some amazing people. So many people have actually helped me get to where I am. And now, I was talking about this last night because we did an event for Tridel, which was called Skyfall, and it's a Bond event.
Mm-hmm.
So all the men were in sort of tuxedos and all the women were in beautiful gowns. And it was sort of like imitating James Bond in its own little way.
Okay.
And a guy was talking to me and he said, my booker in Milan, I should talk to him for you and blah, blah, blah. And I said, oh my God, that's so nice of you. And I just basically went into this story about how many people have helped me on my journey that I always try and help other people.
Yep.
There was a fashion show that I did in Milton for the first ever Milton Fashion Week. And there was a couple of mothers that knew me from my agency, and they said, can you teach our daughters how to walk? And I'm like, sure.
Mm.
So I did Walking with the Runway, and they're like, thank you so much. And
The student become a teacher.
yeah, exactly. But it's like so many people help me, so I'm going to help them.
Of course, you share. You are generous. You
Yeah.
share your knowledge.
Yeah. Well, you have to, right? Because
Exactly.
if people didn't help me, I probably wouldn't be here.
What is your biggest accomplishment as a model to now?
I can't just think of one.
Right?
My first magazine was a magazine from Paris. I did this event called Runway TO, which happens once a year. And I did 4 shows, and the last 2 were back-to-back and opening model.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to change in literally 2 minutes. And I did
Wow.
it, and I got there, and I walked perfectly. So
Wow.
those are my 2 favorite moments, other than my modeling walking coach
It's true.
making me cry.
What advice would you give to other individuals considering a model career later in life?
Go for it. Do
Go
it.
for it, right?
I mean, the worst that they can say is no. You know,
True.
what I mean?
Totally. Go for it.
Yeah. It's just,
Absolutely.
if that's your dream, look, here's the thing. If you have a dream, go for it. If you're meant to have it, it's going to happen. If you're not meant to have it, it's not going to happen. But don't
True.
don't take it personally if it doesn't happen. It just means it may not be for you.
True.
The universe is really good at directing you where you need to go.
True.
That's my belief.
Last 3 questions. I'm going to ask this question from now on to everybody. What is your favorite music to dance?
90s.
90s. I love 90s.
That
I
was
love
when
the
I could
90s.
learn how to dance. I remember one night, Greg and a couple friends of ours were out,
Yeah.
and the music was so good at the bar. I said, I really want to go dancing. And then they grabbed me into a cab because I was a little tipsy.
The 90s.
And we went to this other nightclub, Fly, and I walked in and went, I'm sobering up. I don't know what the hell's going on in here. And I looked around and everyone was like, I'm going home now. Because it was not the type of music that I know how to do. I don't know how to dance to that. So it's sort of like,
The 90s.
90s was easy. It was
The 90s is the best. The
you
best.
just
The 80s
grew.
and 90s. Yeah,
Yeah.
the best. The best. What type of campaigns or projects are you more interested in pursuing right now? It's a big spectrum, right?
Yeah.
What is the stuff that you see around? Like, I want to do this.
I want to see more of the world.
Okay.
I want to do a lot more traveling.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm actually in the process of working on getting into some agencies in Europe.
Okay, go for it.
So I
Let's
scored on
finger
Mexico City, so New York's my next
Fingers
target.
crossed. And how do you want the people to remember you? I want you to take a second to think about this answer. It's a deep question.
Yeah, it is
Ana.
very deep.
It's a deep question. Show all your emotions in this question. This question is the most important. It's your. I want when people say this, imagine that it's your memoir in a single answer.
I think I just want people to remember me by my kindness.
You are.
Like that's what I hope people remember me for.
You are a very kind man. And every person that I met that I can call a friend or I can relate to it in even in, in a different ways, right? Like you relate to some people for their personality, for their ethic, for their character, in any ways. Like what I see from you, you are very kind. You are a kind man, and you are in a good path, my friend. And I had to take this moment to tell you that I am very, very proud of you. Very.
Thank you. Well, I'm very proud of you for doing this.
Greg.
I know.
I'm
I
very
told you
proud of
there's
It's-
someone up there looking over us.
it makes me happy when I see your shows. It makes me happy when I see and you are doing a photo shoot. It's exciting. It's exciting, and I want to see more.
You will.
I want to see more. Take care of your health. Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, and thank you for answering those hard questions. That they were hard. They were hard to answer those questions that about the great passing, but it's gonna when you see this interview, I'm pretty sure you're gonna feel a little bit better.
Okay.
I'm gonna end this this interview with a hug.
Okay.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, amigo. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Doc's social media on edits at the end, and his agency. If you wanna contact him, look at how tall is he. Look at me. Besides him, he's a model. So, and you guys subscribe to the channel, like this video, and if you have any cases that you guys want me to document, just send me an email. Thank you for watching this episode of Emotions, and this is our email, this is our Instagram, our TikTok. So like and subscribe, and to the next episode. Bye. 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 Cut.
For people my
Cut.
age.
You shaky?
I know I'm freezing.
Yeah, exactly. We need a jacket.